Hi and welcome. Today we are playing a crazy game of Trouble Brewing with 18 players. So we have 3 travelers and then 15 players. We have 9 townsfolks, 2 outsiders, 3 minions and then 1 demon. And I haven't been dealt my role yet, but I think this is going to be crazy. I have never played with 18 players before. I think the max is 15 or 16 players, so I don't know how long a time this game will go for, and there's a good chance that I won't be eaten, but we'll see. Ooh, we are the Empath. So I think I need to write down, I need a paper to write down who it is that I'm seeing. Oh. And hopefully when you have this many players, then I hope I'm not a drunk. And I hope... Does this also count for the gunslinger? When I'm the empath? Hello, Steve!
There's so many people to
This
see.
is so crazy!
Just a bit of a clarification, because you're obviously sat next to a traveller.
Yeah.
I take it your ability works on them. It's okay. Just thought I'd clarify.
I was unsure too, so I looked. I couldn't see it described, but I guess.
I think they are. So
Yeah, I think
I'll
so
treat
too.
it as if they are
Yeah.
able to.
So I need to get rid of my gunslinger.
Well, you might want to get rid of someone because you get a 1.
Yeah. So the question is it Mark or James? Or am I poisoned or drunk? Ah well.
Or something else. Or I've made a mistake. So many possibilities.
No.
Good luck, Helen.
Thank you. I suspected I would get a 1. I will suspect Mark could be an evil gunslinger. But we'll see. We'll see. We might need to exile him. Because if I want to learn anything else, I need James and Mark to get out of there. And one of them is evil. If my information is correct. And if I was poisoned, then they could both be good.
Is everyone back?
Hard to tell.
No, Glenn.
Oh, we're supposed to be...
No, there's still 2 people left, okay.
I'm just excited that the night ended.
So am I.
Yeah. It wasn't as long as I expected.
Well, cheers.
Yes.
Good luck.
So, Steve, are you adding Steven as a traveler?
Do you want to be added in, Stephen?
Oh my goodness.
Like that's okay because
Is Glenn the Saint?
it's quite a big game. So I'll just what's along, but I sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Before we start, I have a question about one of the travelers. I've never played with the butcher in play before. So it says each day after the first execution, you may nominate again. So is that like, so someone is executed and is going to die, but nothing can change that. So I imagine this nomination would be for a second execution on that day. Does the voting rules and levels and everything start again? Can someone who was nominated in the previous execution be re-nominated again who didn't get enough votes? And does the voting start again at the minimum required for that day?
I'd say
would
so, because
say-
one execution's gone through by that point, so I'll treat it like it's another
Almost
day.
as like it's a brand new day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
Yep. Storyteller.
good morning, everyone.
choice of-
After a very, very long night for all of us. Fortunately, last night, I was walking through the village, came across someone who thought, you know what, this town's getting a little bit too crowded. So they decided to tell me very subtly, hey, see that giant clock tower up there? Why don't you climb to the top of it? And me being stupid thought, yeah, that seems like a good idea. And I was pushed from the top. And for some reason, I know it was a demon. And it's up to you to find out who it was. So, how many of us are there? 18, is it? So, first day, I'll give you all 12 minutes to chat.
Vanessa, is that your poker face so that we can't socially read you, or are you going to turn your camera on?
So for
And Mark, you want to have a chat?
Yeah, okay, so.
Ethan, do you want to chat, mate?
George, do you want to chat? You're a neighbor.
Sure.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'll go to you.
Okay.
Steven, you want to talk? Right, how many demons are there?
I don't know.
Yeah. So wait.
Glenn with one N and two N, Steven with a V and with a PH.
There's a lot of several names, yes.
Okay, the one with
do you want to talk?
the one with the V in the that's actually playing.
I'd like to talk with Hella.
Yeah, we've been. Yeah.
Oh,
Hella.
I'll talk to
Hella.
I called her
Come to my room.
first.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah, she did. I just couldn't hear it. But I will talk to you. I will talk to you both though. Who first? My room?
Yes, I'll meet in your room. Hi.
Hello, Vanessa.
How are you?
I'm good.
Sorry.
And you?
Good.
This is crazy.
Good.
Absolutely
I know.
crazy.
We're so many people, right? But I think that means more of us will probably be good. So.
Yeah, of course. There's only 4 evil players out. We don't know about the travelers, but that's 17. So we have 11 good players. And I'm one of them.
Me too.
Yeah.
Unless we're poisoned or the red herring or something.
Yeah, we never know.
Yeah. What role do you think you are?
I know which role I am.
Okay, but which role are you? Do you want to give me a 3 for 3 or just tell me?
It depends on have you got do you have a top 4 role that have learned something?
Well, so I'm hoping to trade my role with someone so that I can die at night.
Oh yeah, you can take me.
Okay, cool.
Because you want to die at night.
Yes, because I'm the Raven's keeper, so then I'll get information.
Okay, then we can swap because I'm the empath. And I got a 1, so either James or Mark is evil.
Either James or Mark.
Yeah. If I'm not poisoned or drunk, of course. We always have to keep that in mind. But since we are this many players, I think I'm going to start with trusting my my information.
Okay, so James or Mark.
Yeah, and Mark is an outsider. So
yes, Mark is an outsider. I see that.
Yeah,
so James or Mark. So what do I say? Like I got a ping on them, or
no, you can't. You can only because you are the empath. So you have to figure out if you think you have to
I just go tell people.
You will not say to tell people you are the empath, but you will give some roles out like you do normally. But maybe later in the game.
Give some roles, but include the empath in it.
Yeah. And
okay, so that way people will think I'm the empath, and then hopefully they'll try to kill me tonight.
You can also say that you got a 0, and then you can say to Simon and Søren that you think they're both good.
Okay, tell Simon.
Because in that way because you got a 0, then you can say you trust them both.
Okay. I'll tell Simon and I'll tell Søren.
Yeah, and then you can say. Yeah, and if one of them is evil, they can tell the evil team. But we most likely have a spy in the game, and then perhaps we have 3 evil players.
Maybe they'll think I'm a drunk.
It might be for nothing. Yeah.
I don't know. It might be for nothing, but what's worth a try, right? It's kind of fun.
You can try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's beneficial if I die at night. Yeah. So I want to be targeted.
And they don't want to kill me if I'm the Raven's keeper, of course.
Right.
Yes, let's try it. Cool.
Okay, let's try this.
Yeah,
let's see.
Thanks.
I hope I can trust you.
Yeah, you can. Definitely trust me in this one.
Okay.
Yeah. And I hope I can trust you likewise.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll find out. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
See you,
Bye.
Vanessa.
Hello, do you want to talk?
Yeah, we can talk, Mia. My room.
Yeah, that's fine. Hello.
Oh, hello. Are you good?
Yes, I'm an outsider.
Oh, an outsider. Which?
The butler.
I'm glad you didn't say the saint. Because then, oh no, Mia, not the saint.
No. So the thing is, I just talked to James about this because he's the recluse.
James. Yes.
He's your neighbor. So if we have a saint, we should just make the gunslinger shoot him because that doesn't trick the ability.
I would really like him to die then.
Who are you? Are you the empath?
Yeah, and I've swapped with another player, so another player might come out and say that they are the empath.
Okay.
But I got a 1, so I haven't talked to one of my neighbors.
Okay. Well, James is a recluse. He just told me, and I think he would put him up for execution. If...
Yeah, I would like him because I would learn something about Louis then.
Louis just told his role in public.
What was he?
He's the investigator.
Who did he get a ping on then?
Vanessa and Steven as the Baron.
Ooh. Then Steven must be the Baron?
I have no idea.
Oh no. Don't be evil with me, Mia!
I'm not evil!
Oh, yes, you are. But
I'm not.
Yeah, but there's a great chance we have a spy in the game. Otherwise, we will have the Baron, the Poisoner, and the Scarlet Woman. But then we would have all 4 outsiders in play.
I think there's a good chance we have.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. But
Okay.
I learned something about the, what do you call them, the travelers.
Yes.
So
that's nice.
So at the moment we can, so if my information is correct and if James really is the recluse, and of course he could have given me a 2 if Mark is okay. We need to kill James.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, who are you? You were the
I'm
Baron.
the butler.
The butler was it? The butler. Yeah.
If I was the Baron, I wouldn't tell you.
No. The butler.
And I wouldn't claim to be the butler.
Who did you choose?
I picked George because he's my neighbor.
Okay, but he's pretty close, but he's before you.
Yes.
So you can only vote if he votes too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
Alrighty.
It's insane with this many players. Are you recording this?
Yeah, I am, because we are so many players. I thought we need to get this on tape. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
Oh yeah, dude. Let's go.
Yeah. I come to you, George.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to talk?
I'll talk with you.
Okay, cool. Come to my room. It's at the top.
Anybody want to talk?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I will.
Okay, my room in the top.
Yeah.
Hello, Kenny. It's been a while since last.
I know. I've had a bit of a break.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize you were there. I just spoke to you, but I'd already spoke to other people, and I thought I'd spoke to everyone that was
I
in
could
there.
see you were all 3 players sitting next to each other in the top.
Mm-hmm. I'd already spoke to them, but yeah. Is
Yeah.
there anything?
Think. What do you like to share?
So I've heard someone claiming outsider so far. I
Yeah.
think statistically it's likely we have a Baron, so I'm just trying to figure out who else.
Yeah, because we had the investigator that saw a Baron, right?
I've not been told anything about that, but
I heard someone apparently had said it in public, but I didn't hear it myself, so it was another player that told me that someone was the investigator. Oh, that was in fact Louis. You start knowing a particular minion, and he saw a Baron.
That was Lewis.
Yeah, and he said he saw a Baron. So.
I mean, statistically, it's 75% chance.
Yeah, there's only one of the minions that are not in play. So the question is, do we have the spy, the poisoner, or the Scarlet Woman? I would guess we would have the Scarlet Woman play. So
yeah, because
and wouldn't they put, I don't know if it's the spy or the poisoner. If I was the storyteller, I would not have put in the spy, because then you need to share the grim time with this many players. But it could be. But what would you like to share?
But my roles, I'm middle third. If there's anything you want to.
You are what?
Middle third.
Middle? I'm also in the middle.
Oh, sweet.
Let me see. Yeah, in the middle, kind of in the middle, depending on how far down we go. If you take from Empath down to Raven's Keeper, right?
Keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm in the middle too.
Same. I'm falling there.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet. Okay.
Sweet.
Catch you.
Yeah.
Later,
yes.
Jonah, I'm very upset with you.
Why?
Well, because you're a traveler. I was hoping to learn your role and then claim it to you.
Well, you could. Well, you already know my role, so easy. Like half your job's done. Just come to me and say, Jonah, I'm the butcher.
Would be not believable.
I mean, like,
you know, Steve's a storyteller. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Everyone's executed. We all go to bed.
Thank God. Quick game.
So, welcome back, everybody. Just for the benefit of the new players, I'll do an example nomination so people can see what happens. So, can anyone do like an example nomination? This won't be a real one.
Peter nominates Steven.
Oh, I was going to nominate Peter, but you know.
So, Peter will nominate Steven. You'll get this nice, lovely Clocktower thing in the middle. You should have an option to raise your hand or lower your hand.
Yeah, a lot of players have lost their seat.
Yeah, George has lost his seat. James has lost her seat. Joan has lost his seat. Vanessa's lost her seat.
Strange.
Yeah, always before we go to nominations, people should check to see that they're seated if they intend to vote.
If you're not seated, you can't vote.
You
so
won't have the
sure.
hand up, hand down mechanism.
Yeah, the chairs are awfully tall. People tend to fall out of them.
So it says in the middle, for this particular one, you need 9 people for majority vote for it to go through. If you then get any further nominations, it has to beat that vote for an execution. If you tie, no one is executed. So when I press the countdown, the clock will start ticking as so. You must have your hand in the air before the clock passes you if you want to vote. After it's gone past, you can't change yes or no either way.
And just a note for everyone that I know it's beneficial for town to execute people and that we need 9 people at least to start to vote to execute someone. But just keep in mind that there is a gunslinger in the game and we do not know if they are good or evil. And they can just randomly kill anyone who votes on the first nomination of the day. So
if people are scared of the gunslinger, if you all don't vote on the first one, they can't do anything for that day.
Yeah, so if you're evil, don't vote on the first one because otherwise you might get outed. If you're good, you know, then feel free to vote because it doesn't matter if you die. Peter clearly is evil and doesn't want to die.
Clearly.
So I'll give you all a couple of minutes and then I shall open nominations.
The other thing to keep in mind, and that we probably won't do it on day one because it's not going to be fun for the 3 people who chose, who bit the bullet to be travelers for this game, is that at any time we can nominate to exile a traveler and a vote will be held. And what's required is a majority of all players, living or dead, and you can vote on that freely. It will not use your dead vote if you're dead. And that just means that they will, yes, that just means that they will get exiled from the town and all that they will have left in the game is a dead vote.
So there was one, I posted the text from the almanac about the butcher. There was one thing, and I don't know if it was specified or not, but it does say that if there is an execution and the butcher does a nomination, and you were to execute, you just need a majority. You do not need to beat the previous majority for that a butcher to kill.
I'll treat
I
it
just wanted
like
to
it's a
clarify
brand
in
new
case
day if it comes to it. So.
All right, so do we have a top 4 roll and a virgin willing to kill them?
Really? No version with this many players?
Imagine giving a bluff roll.
Oh wait, so I think I got a bit of a soft virgin claim. Like they didn't say directly it was a virgin, but once per game ability. I'm not sure if they're the virgin or the slayer.
Let's try it. Who was it? Who are you?
Oh, I'm the investigator, so it doesn't matter if I die.
No, sorry, I meant who's the soft claim?
Lewis, we need to chat tomorrow, you and I.
Oh,
so Joe's the slayer.
Here's the butcher. Kind of the same.
Wait, who?
Steve?
Hello.
My computer just chose to froze, so I will just restart my computer and then I will be on my phone for Zoom until it restarts.
Well, that won't end the meeting for all, right? We had that issue last time.
Steve is the host. I'm so sorry, Jonah. I was so tired.
I've been hurt in the past.
That's fine. That's fine. You'll never be forgiven, but it's okay.
So does anyone want to nominate me, or she's not here to defend herself?
Well, I will say I'm not the worst killer if we are to kill anyone.
Yeah, I don't think it's wide. Well, yeah, it's not the worst thing, but I don't think it's worth killing. Yeah.
Really, no virgin?
I will say nominations are now open.
Is it worth killing into the investigator pings if Lewis you're willing to nominate?
Well, the good thing about having an investigator and a butcher in the game is that you can execute both sides of the investigator ping on the same day.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I said I wanted to talk to Lewis.
Okay. So
Lewis, I would recommend maybe waiting a day on that. Just reason being is because then we could paint a target on a possibly good roll. Does that make sense? Because if you name 2 people and one of them is a good roll, then nobody's going to trust that one person who's actually good. They're gonna kind of go for both his executions. So if they maybe have a one-off ability, which Peter might be trying to get rid of right now, then
The flip side of what Jonah is saying is that if he's an evil butcher, he wants to be able to warn his minions that an execution is coming and that do what you need to do quickly and speak to your demon before you get executed tomorrow, because we're executing the 2 investigator pings.
Seeing the flip side where Jonah was trying to figure out how the heck to protect the evil pings.
That's what I think.
Because it's a guaranteed, well, providing Lewis's information is correct, it's a guaranteed evil kill day 1.
Exactly, provided the investigator is not drunk or poisoned, and providing that Lewis is in fact the investigator.
It's only the Baron as well, right? It's not like we're taking out the poisoner. It's not like essential to kind of stopping misinformation going around.
Or that the recluse is in play and I've been targeted by the
recluse. Yeah, you could be killing a good person and a recluse. You're right.
I will say, everyone I've talked about, I said that once the investigator shares information, I will use my ability to get both of them killed. I just think, normally if I was Storyteller, I would put the minion up with somebody who has a good ability, whether it's an Undertaker or something that So I'd at least allow them to have that ability for 1 turn, get some information. That's why
second call for nominations.
I just don't think people would trust them. They would then want to get rid of them right away. If it makes you feel better, after Lewis talks to me, I won't go and talk to that person. And Lewis and Jack.
But I will say that Lewis, rather publicly, but everybody was not here, he kind of told who his pings were.
Yeah. No, we don't want to betray that trust, right? We're not going to tell them.
No. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to share anyone else's information.
What I can say is that the pings are barren, so we need an outsider check.
Well, Lewis, I will say I've heard a hard claim of recluse, which is not one of your pings.
Oh. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, so there's what she's meaning is that because the recluse can be registered as a minion or demon, so it means that like that recluse is not being registered as the Baron in your ping. Yeah, so you're actually seeing the Baron.
Final call for nominations. If I don't hear one in 10 seconds, I'll put the data with those.
And I will just put it out there. I talked with a couple of people about it. So if we have a Baron, sorry, that we would have all 4 out.
Any nominations?
I nominate Steven.
Okay. Peter will nominate Steven.
This is just to see how voting works.
Peter, state your case.
This is just a practice vote. And I think letting the first execution go through without people voting nullifies the gunslinger. I don't think that's a bad thing, and it gives us more time to talk because the countdown was at 3. So I just wanted to nominate someone to extend the day a little bit. I will not be voting for this.
Okay.
I have a better.
None required for a majority.
I will
Steven, your defense side.
I also promise not to kill anybody.
We're going to have a chicken check. So, yeah.
Actually, it's a drumhead trial because everyone's shouting during my defense. I was just going to say that I'm not evil, and I'm not afraid of the gunslinger, because it doesn't matter if I die, so I will vote.
Okay. 9 votes is majority. Here we go.
It's an 18-player game. I want to kill people. And I want the gunslinger to kill people.
So, I have a suggestion for another nomination.
Oh, Jonah.
Can a traveler kill a traveler?
Probably.
If they voted.
Okay. 3 votes is not enough. For anything else, Mark, would you like to use your ability?
I don't feel I have enough information at this point, so no.
Oh, come on.
Okay. I will nominate James.
Mark, if you were good, it was a 50-50 shot against Soren or myself.
Yeah.
Mia nominates James. Mia, state your case.
I know it's rude to out people's role.
No, it's fine.
But okay, can I say it?
Yeah, go for it.
But what about
Okay,
Mia,
so-
if you have the Undertaker in the game?
In this case, it doesn't really help much.
Okay, then say it.
That'll make a difference.
So,
Oh, yeah,
he hard claimed to me that he was the recluse. So, in case somebody's getting information on him, I think it would be good to have him out of play,
And James, your defense?
just so he doesn't register as evil.
No defense.
And
Do it.
I will. Yeah, and I can only vote if George votes because I'm the butler.
Okay. 9 votes is required to put James on the block.
No need to be scared of the gunslinger.
Nope. Yes, Gunslinger can't do anything today now. We've had a nomination already.
But I guess 9 is enough, right?
Yeah, we're all good.
So we should get a picture of 18 people voting.
17
Okay,
votes
18
is enough.
people
Everybody
voted.
vote.
Everybody.
Oh my god, Peter just broke it.
What?
I don't want to be part of your picture.
Mark,
Oh.
I think Peter's evil.
Okay.
Peter's afraid of the flower girl.
17 is enough.
You're not the boss of me, Mia.
Does anyone want to try and get 18 votes on someone?
I think you could probably get 18 on me at this point, but I wouldn't advise it.
I'll just nominate someone randomly for the 18. I nominate Glenn Double N.
Okay, so Lewis
We can't get 18 on this.
nominates
Instant.
Double N.
Sure, Glenn's not going to vote for it.
Lewis is executed.
Yes, I can be the only Glenn left in this game.
Ooh, we have a
Jonah,
virgin.
do you want to nominate anyone?
my ability is only after they're executed.
Lewis is executed.
Oh, Lewis is executed. Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, we have a virgin.
Virgin,
double N.
Glenn was the guy I was talking about.
So
Yeah, that
was that
checks
Glenn
out.
double N or Glenn single N?
Glenn double N.
Double
Glenn
N.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, Glenn to Glenn. Right.
Now Virgin was Virgin
Oh,
Glenn.
that makes sense now.
I don't know. A lot of people wanted James to be dead, but no. Yeah, I said I was going to do it early on. So yeah, let's go back to James.
Okay, so
Peter,
Gonna
can you
nominate
please vote
James.
now?
go and state your case.
But now Louis
Um,
shouldn't vote.
Well, you know,
This is dead vote.
17 people wanted him dead before. Maybe we still get 17. Maybe we get 18.
Lewis isn't
Oh
going to
no,
vote.
we're not going
Yeah,
to.
we actually
Yeah,
can't
Lewis isn't going to
get
win.
18 now. That's Lewis.
Louis,
Yeah.
Louis shouldn't vote.
You only need to get 9 for it to go through.
Michael and Peter and
Can we-
Sam, could you
Can we
please vote?
just?
I'm never
Could you
Can
do
we
it
voting.
for
just
the-
allow?
Sorry.
Can we just allow
Sorry.
Lewis
You're
to use
such
his
a
dead vote,
rebel.
just so we can.
Sorry,
then
I
have
was
it
just
back,
noob
so we don't
confused as to
He's an
why.
outsider, I guess.
Peter, you're such a rebel. Please vote.
So, I mean, I don't think you want one, but James, any defence?
No.
Okay. Once again, 9 is needed to put James on the block again. So here we go.
Oh, you guys?
James, despite what you're seeing, we all love you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I take it personally.
You put him through this
These
again.
are hands of love.
Oh my
I'm
god.
quite happy to be completely executed.
Oh my God, Peter!
I love you more than everyone
Like
else,
this.
James.
How you like this?
Feel the love, Peter. Feel the love.
Ah, Mia cheated. Mia can't vote.
Oh my God! Why you like this? Okay,
Oh, George.
15
Steve,
is
you need
enough.
to take down my vote.
James is also executed. And everyone goes to sleep.
Good night.
Nate, this game is going to take forever, but at least we got 2 kills. So in that way we can speed it up a bit when we have the butcher, we have the gunslinger. The gunslinger could also have killed someone with the gunslinger. Then each day after the first vote has been tallied, you may choose a player that voted, they die. So they can make sure that one more player would die each day. And with the butcher, then each day after the first execution you may nominate again. So we could run one more nomination. And with the scapegoat, if a player of your alignment is executed, you might be executed instead. And we don't know if the scapegoat, the butcher, or the gunslinger, if they are on the good team or if they are on the evil team. But we can exile them. So let's see, who am I going to learn? Then this time I only have, this is pretty boring because now I only have two travelers beside me. But it's going to be fun to see what I'm going to learn if I'm still alive. Hopefully I'm not dead when there are this many players in the game. For sure it's not, I will get something for Jonah and Mark if I'm not dead. Actually the demon would have no interest in killing me at this point if they know I'm the empath. Not really, except if they don't want me to know anything about the alignment of the 2 travelers. Yeah. I definitely trust that Mia is good. Trust that he is good. I trust that he is good. I actually think Vanessa is good too. I don't hope she lied to me there. I hope she's good. Then we have the Virgin. He's definitely 100% good, because that's the only way that Louis could have died if Glenn was the Virgin. So I don't know about Kenny, if I can trust him. If he said he had a middle role, and I know I'm the empath, we have Vanessa the Raven's Keeper, then he must be the fortune teller, the undertaker, or the monk. And so far we have 2 outsider claims. We have Mia the butler and James the recluse. And in the night order, we have poisoner, Oh, I thought it was me. Oh. I'm down here. So Poisoner, Monk, Imp, Ravenskeeper, and only Ravenskeeper if they are killed. So it should be fairly quick. He should only visit a Poisoner, a Monk, and an Imp before he visits me. Except if they of course kill Vanessa, then if she is the Ravenskeeper, they will have to visit her. And I talked to Kenny and Vanessa. But there's a good chance that we have a spy in the game. Woohoo, I'm still alive!
Hello.
But 2 travelers beside me.
Yes, there.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I now can hear you.
Yes, I now can't hear you.
Oh!
Oh, there we go. That's weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
Okay. So, you will learn a 1.
Again? So, yeah, I was suspected that one of them would be evil. Ah, well, thank you.
No problem.
So, one of them is evil. Oh, I'm drunk or poisoned.
Steven, I just love seeing you from the nose up. That's so funny.
No, Steven, seriously, we just love seeing you from the nose up.
Okay, I think everyone's here. So, good morning, everybody. So during the night, someone had the idea of, you know what, lots of people keep dying in this village. I'm going to try and run away. Unfortunately, they stopped harassing up the directions. And they just happened to harass the demon. And Ethan died. I'll give you all 10 minutes for whispers.
Glenn, double N, can I speak to you?
Yes.
I will
Hello,
come to you.
talk to you. Can I check something with you?
Lewis, can we chat?
Helen, can I chat?
Maya, can we chat?
Who said
sorry.
Helen?
Yeah, sure, Michael.
Glenn, one in.
Yeah, my room.
Come
Okay,
to my
cool.
room.
Who asked for me?
Lewis, come to...
Hello, Glenn.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. And you?
Yeah, good. Nice one. You've been talking to lots of people, whispering around?
I think I managed 1, 2, 3 pairs last night.
Yeah, I managed 3. I managed 3 as well. Been a busy night.
Have you got any suspicions?
Yeah, I'm a bit... Do you know what? I thought Ethan was evil. And he's dead.
Why did you think he was evil?
Because of the 3 things he claimed and how he said it. It was like... He said... his reasoning was, I hope I'm not drunk because basically it's really boring if I'm drunk. Then gave me 3 roles. And of those 3 roles, only one single one would be boring if he was drunk. And if he was that role, he would not be dead now. Which makes me a little bit weirded out. Like, why would... No, one of those roles I thought maybe he might have been a soldier.
Yeah, but they can, if there's a poisoner, then...
Yeah, but why get rid of a soldier? Like poison then kill in the same...
Yeah, I think at this point they might want to get rid of other players first.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's a good chance that there might be a spy in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a huge chance it'll be a spy. So how about you? You townsfolk or outsider or?
A townsfolk.
Okay, cool. Same here. Yeah.
Yeah, and you?
Yes, townsfolk. In the middle.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm in the middle too, so I've
Amazing.
heard another. I think 2 claims of middle roles. Normally it's the bottom roles that.
Yeah.
but that's normally the evil player that will say that.
Have you heard any outsider claimers or claims?
Yeah, but
You have?
only the ones that we had, the recluse and then Mia the butler, only those.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because I talked to Mia.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, brilliant. All right. So, did you want to give me 3, or like, or the? Are you happy with the information now? Or?
We can do a 3 if you want to.
Yeah, let me just see. Like, if you're the middle, then okay, cool. All right. So, I mean, we're pretty powerful characters if we're in the middle, right?
Yep, exactly. That is why that was why I was surprised that you said you were in the middle.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, like, do you need protecting?
You may protect me. You may.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But I have swapped roles with another player. But you may protect me.
Okay.
But that is also.
Who did you just swap role with? Because someone asked me to swap as well.
I can't be the same person then.
No, but I told them not to. I said, don't swap with me. I said, like, I'm probably not worth swapping at the moment because I sussed out what I think he was.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And do you trust him?
Not at the moment, but you, who asked you?
Okay, should we hard claim to each other?
I think so.
I'm the empath.
The monk.
Yeah, I could guess that. I didn't even need to ask you that.
Yeah, you knew I was the monk.
Because I'm the empath, and I got... The first night I got a 1 with James and Mark. On the second night I got a 1 on Jonah and Mark, and that's the two travelers. I come like, no, I'm sitting next to two travelers.
They gave you nothing.
Yeah, and James is a recluse, so he could give me a 1. So we know one of the two, the butcher or the gunslinger, is evil.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I protected you last night, by the way. I'll protect you again tonight.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Nice one.
Cool. Yes. Talk to you later.
I'll see you out there.
Yeah.
I was after Mark.
Hello.
Glenn?
Want to chat? I was after you, Glenn. Got with two ends. It's George.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, I'll go to your room, George.
Sounds good.
Ethan, do you want to chat, mate?
Vanessa.
Kenny, was it you?
Sure, Glenn.
Yeah.
Right, who said my name?
Come to me, Ethan.
Yeah, I'll go to
Kenny.
Kenny. No.
Helle.
Is that?
Helle's room.
How's it going?
It's good. What about you?
Yeah, not bad. So you said middle 4-ish from your fortune teller to Raven.
Yeah.
Sweet. I was in there as well, so I was the undertaker.
Okay. So did you learn investigator and something for James?
Yeah. So I learned investigator and baron for James. So he either is the recluse because I've heard 3 outsider claims. So he's either. What I'm thinking is. I feel like there is a drunk because it's always more fun to have a drunk in. And he was actually the baron.
But I will. So you are the, what was it called? Undertaker. Have you said it to too many people?
No. I've told no. You're the first person.
Perfect.
I didn't want to.
I'm the empath, and first night between James and Mark I learned a 1, and then between Jonah and Mark I learned a 1 again. But the 1 could have been the recluse.
Yeah.
But that means that one of the travelers, either the butcher or the gunslinger, is evil.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Otherwise, I have been poisoned. But
yeah. So we got a 1 the first night.
Yeah, and the 1.
We've always had 1s.
Yeah, but I was sitting next to the recluse, so he can register as a 1.
Right.
And he can register as 0, so that doesn't clarify Mark the gunslinger.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
So you could have always been the gunslinger, or it could have been.
Yeah. But don't tell too many people that you are the Undertaker. Not yet.
No, not yet. Yeah, I've been trying to keep it.
I kind of have talked only to people that have a middle role. This is crazy. How does this happen? Okay. Let's go out and find out some more.
Yeah. See what happens.
See ya.
Sure. I've talked to the other 2 travelers. I may as well make it 3 for 3.
Cool. I'll come to your room.
So you're talking to travelers? Buck, are you evil?
I'm not. And if we get a chance, Hella, I'd love to give you some info.
Yeah.
Lewis, do you want to chat?
We should talk. And I also want to talk to Glenn with 2 ends.
Who called for me?
Kenny did.
Kenny, okay. So, where do you want to go, Kenny?
We'll go to your room.
Okay.
Or in there? No.
And James.
Hello, do you want to talk?
Yeah, we can talk. You are up there.
Yep.
My room, by the way.
Yep, cool.
It's on top.
Hello.
Hello, are you good?
I'm good, yes.
Good, because I'm good too. And apparently I've spoken with a lot of good... Yeah, I have spoken with people that have good roles. Normally you get top part or bottom part.
And they've all said bottom part, have they?
No, none. So that is the fun part. Normally you have a lot that will say that, but I think I've actually only spoken to good people, players, so far. So I suspect the right side of the Grimoire, there's a lot of evil players in my book.
Yeah.
From George and going up to Michael, except for the Virgin and Ethan. Yeah. I will suspect Ethan is good too.
Yeah.
But what about you?
Yeah, I might have some information on you.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I think you're a top 4 role.
No.
My information is wrong then, or maybe it's the other person. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you are a top 4 role then.
Yeah, okay. I'm washable then.
Okay. I hope you would have confirmed me. That would have been perfect.
Yeah. No, I'm still. Yeah. So I've got to talk to you. I haven't talked to the other person yet.
Okay.
I won't say who it is,
no,
and I may not visit them now, just to make it really obvious in case you are bad, just in case I can clear them in the end. So I might not visit them now for a. Yeah, I'm definitely going to talk to them today because it.
Okay, I need to talk to nobody because now they're closing the breakup rooms.
All right. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Simon could be evil, looking for players.
That was intentional, wasn't it?
That was an evil ploy. She wanted to reveal nothing.
I might have done that a bit on purpose, yeah.
We had it 1 minute. I mean, come on. You can do a lot in a minute.
You want to talk tomorrow, Simon?
Yeah,
it was time up as well, to be fair.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'll give you a couple of minutes to chat, and then I'll open nominations.
So, what do people think we should do? Should we kill the investigator pings?
I don't think that's a bad play at all.
Well, wait. So the pings I got were for barons, and I feel like it's better to save the baron kill until later, because the star pass will obviously pass on to the baron if the imp decides to kill itself. I mean,
well, first it would go to the Scarlet Woman. If there's a Scarlet Woman.
Yeah.
But you're right.
True.
There's a high chance there is one way with 3 minutes.
And I do believe we have a baron because I have had 2 other hard claims of outsiders.
Yes, I was going to say from information, I think we have a baron, and I also think we might have a spy potentially in play.
I was inclined to believe there wasn't a spy.
I was inclined to believe that as well.
Like, I don't know. We could have just a poisoner, a Scarlet Woman, and a baron. That's totally possible. But we definitely have a baron.
Do we know who Ethan was, since we are talking about a spy or not a spy?
I'm going to assume Peter and Steven do, because they're claiming that they don't believe there is a spy in play.
Ethan, do you want to share anything about yourself?
Steven knows who I was. Glenn knows who I was. That's his single N, Glenn.
Okay.
I mean, the double N is confirmed good as the Virgin, so I think he would have been more trustworthy than the single Glenn.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I'm pretty sure double N Glenn also is able. I think I gave him enough information to suss me out as well.
I've got a few things it could be.
Okay.
You want to share your role?
Yeah, like I totally don't mind just saying what I was. If that is that a play?
Yeah, of course you are there.
Yeah, I was a Slayer. So.
Okay.
But was that the one they would go for as the first if you have a spy? When we are so many players?
Not necessarily, but it's also not a given that the spy was able to talk to their demon on day one.
Yeah, it's possible that it's just a random kill, wasn't it?
Nominations are open, guys.
Did you claim to anyone, Ethan?
Whilst I was alive, not directly.
Okay. Okay.
Whilst I was alive, I only spoke to both Glens. And only hinted to what I was.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think the investigator pings are good targets. I just don't think one of them should be nominated on the first nomination of the day, since probably less people are likely to vote on the first nomination of the day with the gunslinger around.
So what do people think we should do?
Investigators not the only role that could be finding out evil people. So if anyone's if anyone has heard of other evil people,
I'm gonna nominate Hella.
Steven nominates Hella. Steven, state your case.
So unless I missed it, James was the recluse, which Lewis died, so he can't be part of an evil pair. That makes Hella more likely to be evil than not, in my opinion. So that's I have a thing where I like to nominate people that I work on creating trust with, and she's not one of the people I have trust with, and there's a hole that she falls into that fits nicely into a potential world where she is not good. And so it seems the odds are improved, and since this is not the investigator ping nomination, so here's a nomination before that.
Okay, but then you need to rewind your world, because I'm a townsfolk, and I'm a good townsfolk, so you should still definitely keep me around in town.
If Hella's been honest to me,
yeah,
she's more
but
useful.
I kind of have a lot of people that I trust, that I also have hard claim to. I have Simon as a perhaps, and then I have one side going from Michael down to Samuel, I don't know anything about, and George. So I think we have evil people on that side of the table.
Okay.
8 votes is required to put Hella on the block.
And I will say I believe Hella is good, because from what she told me, she pretty much shared things with me that made sense before I said anything. So I do believe she's good.
So I'm looking at the votes.
Yeah, well, I'm just voting, so Mark has something to do.
Mark?
Yeah, well, he's the gunslinger.
Ah.
I believe Mark is the same alignment as me, so yeah.
Well, evil is not enough. Mark, would you like to use your ability?
Who said evil?
I
think you should.
What's that, sorry?
I'd like to kill Michael.
You'd like to kill Michael, okay?
That's a great choice.
Superb work, thank you, Mark.
Michael has died.
Sorry, Hello, I had to vote for you, though. I don't think you're evil, by the way.
So would an Undertaker learn a gunslinger death?
No, because that's not an execution.
It's not execution.
So Undertaker though,
well.
Undertaker of my ability would find out.
And
actually, can I ask a question there?
I think this was a good choice. Just in case.
Do we know anything about Michael?
Sorry, Mark's asking.
I do.
If we kill
I don't know anything, but I think I know who he is.
And Jonas, do you show both to the Undertaker or just one?
Both.
But I can't come out. I think actually I will come out at this point, because they will go too long before I will learn more. A lot of people have to die. I am the empath, And first night between James and Mark, I got a 1. Second night between Jonah and Mark, I got a 1. Of course, I was sitting next to the recluse, James. So it could have been him. But it could also have been Mark. So I don't know. So either Jonah or Mark is evil.
If I can then come to Mark's defense, but having considered what Mark has just done to me. So me and Mark went away and had a bit of a chat because I was the saint, and so I wanted to die fairly quickly at the hands of the gunslinger to make sure that we weren't in that much of a situation. I think Mark's on the level.
Then I will nominate Jonah for exile.
I was just about to do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I can learn something about Søren.
Okay, so for new players, nominating for exile is a bit different. You can use dead votes, it won't matter anything. If we get majority, Jonah will be exiled from the game. So first of all,
you can use
your
you can vote even if you're dead because it doesn't matter.
I think I have stated it. I am the empath that got a 1 between Mark and Jonah, so one of them is evil. And if Mark just killed our saint, then I think Jonah must be evil. Otherwise, it's play. I have actually seen it before where the imp star passed to the Scarlet Woman and was killed as the saint. That was actually Simon that played that once.
I actually did a similar method yesterday in a game. Well, Owen.
Just hang on. Just before Lewis, it's Jonah's defense first.
Okay.
Jonah's take your defense.
I think I've played this game as a good person would. I'm good, but clearly everybody doesn't believe me. So
I'll believe you.
It is what it is. I've shared my intentions with everybody, and the people that I've shared my intentions with and explained my plans with are the ones who are the firm advocates for getting rid of me. So goes to show that's what happens when you trust people.
Does the Undertaker does the Undertaker file people's alignments?
Undertaker wouldn't find mine because I'm exiled, not executed.
Yes.
Rules question.
So we need 9 votes if you want to exile Jonah.
You still get to execute.
Sorry, you can ask Sam.
If an exile vote happens before a execute vote, does that
It doesn't count as an
execute? It doesn't end the day, no.
This is not an execution.
It doesn't count.
I was asking
It's
for the
just
gunslinger.
No, it wouldn't count for the gunslinger.
Would it not? Okay.
Would it?
No.
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't.
Mia, did you choose Georgie again?
Yes.
Maybe you should pick another.
George is just messing with Mia at this point.
Okay.
I figured there was enough votes on Jonah,
13 is enough.
Don't need to rub it in, right?
Jonah is exiled.
Bye-bye, Jonah.
That's alright. I'm able to finish my script. This is good.
Was
the thing
there
is,
any
guys-
reason for that? Like, what did we do that for?
Because the empath got a 1.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention.
No, Steven, you nominated the empath though.
I mean, Hell got a 1 when the empath was on Mark, and she got a 1 when it's on Mark and Jonah.
Yeah.
So it would stand to reason that Mark was the evil one, not Jonah.
She got the 1 on James, who was the recluse who could have registered as evil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going off the assumption that James was registering as evil, not good.
Sam would like to nominate Vanessa.
Sam would like to nominate.
Vanessa?
Sam, state your case.
There's Investigator Ping, and I have a claim from the other Investigator Ping, and I don't have a claim from Vanessa. I haven't spoke to you, Vanessa, so don't vote for this if you know what Vanessa is. But
I don't think this is a good one. But Vanessa, your defense.
Well, if you believe that Hela is good, then you should trust me.
Good defense.
Okay.
7 votes is required to put Vanessa on the block.
I have a blue thumb with Vanessa.
I'm serious. That's not sarcasm. I was going to vote for you, but now I've changed my mind.
She was the first one I talked to, and we hard claimed to each other. And she was the first one, and only one I hard claimed to the first day. Oh, maybe except Mia. I have Simon as a perhaps. Simon perhaps.
Simon's a rebel, though. You can't trust Simon.
3 votes is not enough. Final call for nominations.
So who's the other person in the thing? Let's kill that one.
I nominate Steven.
Let's go for that.
You nominate Steven. Mia, state your case.
Well, I don't know anything about him. I just know he's the other half of the investigator ping.
Okay, Steven, your defense.
I tend to believe Vanessa.
Oh, was Vanessa the other half of the investigator ping?
Mm-hmm.
I would have voted on that if I had known that I was in the ping. Well, it's not that big of a deal if I die. So,
Is that because you're the Baron?
No.
Okay,
George, can
7
you
votes
please vote?
is required if you
Sure.
want to put.
Sure. I'll
Steven
vote so
on.
you can vote.
Don't fool me
So
again.
we just need 7, right?
It's even.
Hell, just because I nominated you doesn't mean you need to reciprocate.
I can take my hand down. I'm not doing anything.
Just for the sake of a butler, by the way, if a master's put the hand up at any point, the butler can put the hand up at any time.
I like the Glens are united.
And Søren,
But
you're
I don't know
voting a
if-
lot of
Wait,
times, but you're not
Does
voting
that
on
mean
this
like?
one.
Do you mean across votes,
Oh,
across
isn't there
nominations, or
enough?
just on each individual nomination?
Each individual one.
Sorry.
If they put the hand up
Are
and the
you
back down again,
evil?
butler can
Yeah,
still vote.
I'm.
9 is enough. Steven is on the chopping block.
Sorry, now you're evil again.
Nope.
Yeah.
Any more nominations?
Well, I'd like to
I
make a
think so.
suggestion. I'd like to make a suggestion. If Hella is the empath, and she's probably going to die tonight, but if we believe Vanessa is good, and we exile Soren, she'll get a read on Vanessa, who we think is good, and Mark, and we'll find out whether Mark is good or not, whether that one that she was getting was on Mark or on someone else.
If Mark's
That's
good
not
and
a bad
Vanessa's
idea.
bad, then we're not going to learn anything, right?
If what?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the empath who is outed now is probably a demon target, so
I'm going to call it unless I have a nomination in 5 seconds.
I
So
think
what's
the
the
other
point
thing just
next
to bear,
outing Soren then?
I think the other thing just to bear in mind with the empath is that she could always be drunk, of course.
correct.
But then the
Okay,
evil team would
I'm,
know
I'm
it.
ending the day there, everybody. So, Stephen has been executed and dies. And congratulations. Good Stephen, go to sleep.
Wake
That's the good team. Go to sleep.
It's always good to kill Steven.
Well, I guess that nomination kind of bounced back on Steven. Well, the good thing is, if Glenn is the monk, he can protect me, so I won't get killed. And I will learn something about Mark and Søren. So I suspect that a monk is going to protect me. And if there's a poisoner, would they poison me at this point? Because I will only learn something about Søren and Mark. And I kind of suspect, I don't know why, but I suspect Søren is evil. With the way he has been voting, without knowing anything, if you are one of the, if you are an evil traveler, you will learn who your demon is. So he could see if his demon is voting, and then also vote when the demon is voting. And I still believe Vanessa is good. I hope they will kill Vanessa tonight then. But of course, if we have a spy in the game, then they won't kill her. Then they will definitely try to kill her during the day, so we would execute her. Because Vanessa, as a Raven's Keeper, if she is killed at night, then she can choose a player and learn their character. So and my suspicions at the moment is on Simon and Samuel, and perhaps George. Because I suspect, I haven't even marked him as the monk. He claimed the monk to me, so let's put the monk in. So, and Peter seems like he's good. So if he's good, then the players I have left is Samuel, Georgie, and Simon. Kenny could of course be the spy and then claim to be the Undertaker. That we have to remember. He could claim. But I definitely need to talk to Glenn tomorrow. Although I have told all my information though. But he could tell me some information then. I need to talk to Peter because I think he's good. And I haven't spoken to the others, so that could mean they are evil. I actually think the evil team must be Simon, Samuel, and George. He will get a perhaps too, so perhaps means that I kind of think they're evil. Perhaps. So I have George, Samuel, and Simon. I haven't heard of a fortune teller. Oh, wait a minute. Is that too many then? 1, 2. No, because of if Steven was evil too. Ooh, I'm still alive.
You are still alive. And it's good news from your neighbours. You get to 0.
Yeah, so either I'm poisoned or they are good. I could be poisoned now because they could just poison me. So, but then again, they didn't waste their poison on anybody else then. If I poisoned.
I'll let you think on that.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you, Helen.
But I would make the scapegoat evil to help the evil team. If it was me, that was the storyteller.
You'll be. It's a good morning to everyone. Unless you're Peter. Peter has died.
Whoa.
Peter, do you want to talk?
I'll
Yes,
give
please.
everyone 8 minutes.
I'll talk with you, Hella.
My
Come
room?
to mine.
No, your room.
Come to my room.
Yeah, just have to.
Who haven't I talked with? Kenny, we haven't chatted yet.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
Hey, so who are you?
I was the fortune teller.
Ah, okay.
I checked my neighbors on the first night, and I got a no.
Yes.
And then I checked the virgin against Simon on the second night, and I
Yeah.
got a yes.
Yeah. And okay, I talked to Simon, and I was a bit wavy with him.
What did he
I
claim?
washerwoman.
Okay.
But the way he said he had a ping on me and someone else, he didn't want to say it, so he wanted to learn something about my role. He wanted to know if I was a top 4 role, and I said I wasn't.
Have you heard anyone claim Raven Keeper?
Yes, I have.
Someone you trust?
Yeah.
Because what I'm thinking, instead of outing myself as the fortune teller and saying that I got a ping on Simon, and people saying maybe he was your red herring,
Yeah.
if I could talk to the Raven Keeper and swap with them, and
yes,
say
yeah.
that when I got killed at
Yeah.
night, I checked Simon and got a yes.
Yeah, because I actually swapped roles with the Raven Keeper the first day, and that's
Was
why.
it Vanessa?
Yeah, it is Vanessa.
Okay.
And she wanted to talk to me as the first one.
Okay.
And she's also still fairly new, so I
got you. Okay,
I trust her.
I'm gonna try to talk to her, but I think Simon is a.
In my world, I have Simon, Samuel, and Georgie as evil. I trust Glenn
Okay.
at this point.
What did you get last night on Mark and Soren?
0. So I guess I could have been poisoned.
Okay.
Because if I was the storyteller, I would definitely make the scapegoat evil.
Right.
To help the evil team, if you know.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna talk to Vanessa and see if she likes my plan.
Yes, I'll see if I can talk to Glenn. Yep.
Okay.
Bye. And then it's just us.
Of course.
Is it good being back playing again?
Yeah, I enjoy storytelling. I'm not as much. I mean, I'm playing just because it's looked like a really good group to play with, and I'm playing in your game tomorrow.
Yeah. You look forward to it.
Because that script looks crazy. I can't wait.
It is crazy, and it's been crazy fun the times we have run it. I think.
Yeah.
So I look forward to it.
Because if we believe Mark is good, I'm going to suggest to Mark that he takes a shot at Simon, if Simon votes on the first vote.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. But then we can test him.
We can test him. I can say we got 2 pings on him. He's a good shoot. If you're a good gunslinger, you shoot him.
And he's talking to Glenn with 2 N's, and I would actually like to talk to them.
Yeah.
Both. Oh.
Maybe you could suggest that you've got multiple evil pings on Simon, and that if Simon votes on the first thing, he should shoot him.
I think I'm going to chat to them.
Hella, can I speak with you, please?
Yes, you can.
I'll go to you. Yeah.
Did you just talk to Jonah?
Yes.
But we think he's evil?
Yes. You just asked to talk and I just said yes.
But you didn't tell him who you are then?
No, I didn't tell him who I was.
Good, because...
No.
What did you learn?
He was trying to put blame onto you, so he was saying
Yeah, of course he is. He will always try to throw me under the bus when he's evil.
Yeah. I learned that Steven was the Baron.
Okay.
So, I do think... Do you know what Vanessa is?
Yes,
you said...
I know what she is. I know what she is.
Are you happy telling me, or is she...
I prefer not to yet.
Okay.
Not to yet. But she is good in my book. She was the first one I whispered with, and we swapped roles.
Yes. She's the Raven Keeper. That's just a guess.
Yeah. I wanted her to die at night, but I think we might have a spy in the game. But just...
Yeah, sound. What did you learn from your thing last night?
I got a 0.
I thought you were going to get
a 0.
0?
Yeah. But they could poison me. They could just poison me. I still think that Søren is evil because if I was a storyteller, I would definitely make the scapegoat evil.
There probably is a poisoner, and you...
And then therefore they didn't need to kill me because they could just poison me and I would get wrong information.
Yeah. See, I was expecting you to die, but not killing you.
Yeah, but then again, why would they kill me now? I'm only sitting between 2 travelers. So if you kill one of the travelers, then they might start. But then again, if both Mia and Vanessa are good, there's a long way to the evil players. Yeah. In my book, it's Simon, Samuel, and Georgie. They are on my evil ping at the moment.
Samuel, Georgie.
Simon,
I've got nothing on Georgie.
I don't know anything about him, but I have a lot of green and blue things all over them. So there was only left Georgie, Samuel, and Simon, and then I think Steven. That's my evil team at the moment.
Steven.
Yeah, but you saw him as the Baron.
Baron. So Peter, I don't know what he was. He died last night. Georgie and Glenn are the ones I'm a bit... Just because I've got nothing to go off.
I think Glenn is good. Glenn.
I
think he's good, but of course I can't be 100% sure.
Yeah.
But let's see what is going to happen.
Sound.
Okay.
Right. See you in a bit.
Yep. See ya.
Interesting that we've got Lewis.
Peter, did you talk?
Yeah, Michael and Steve.
Where's Peter?
Hello, we haven't chatted yet. If you want to talk.
No. I want to talk to Glenn with 2 N's. I haven't talked to him yet.
No, he's gone all the time.
Yeah.
So, Simon, you want to have a chat?
Yeah, we were going to talk today, weren't we? Yeah, go for it.
And I don't want to talk. I suspect you are evil. Even though.
Does your current ping still verify that?
No, because but I could have been poisoned now. So I got a 0, and I'm not. If I was the storyteller, I would make the scapegoat evil. 100%. So.
Well, I was good, so.
I'm not sure, but I don't know. But
we've got no confirmation on Mark, have we? At all?
But if you,
I think we can get confirmation on Mark today.
If you were good, Jonah, that would mean that Mark is.
How can we do that, Peter?
Or it just means that you could be the drunk Hella.
Yeah, I could also be drunk.
You could be poisoned, or you could also be an evil person.
Yeah, I know.
James,
you want to throw me under the bus again, Jonah.
No, I'm just saying. That there are other possibilities. I'm already dead.
Yeah.
So.
James, the way we can do that is there is a double demon ping on somebody,
Glenn,
and
can I
if
talk to
Mark
you, Glenn?
is good,
The two
he
ends.
will
Yeah,
shoot that
okay,
person.
can I
Mark, can I talk to you?
My room.
Okay.
Yeah, your room. Hello.
Actually,
I
I
can't
need
go
to
to
talk
the
to
room.
Vanessa first.
They have closed it.
Mark, can you join us?
I can't go to the breakout room.
Actually, no. I need to talk to Vanessa first. Vanessa.
Glenn, tomorrow, Glenn.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, come to your room, Vanessa.
Well,
the rooms are
Okay, I'll
closed.
try. I don't see the breakout room.
No, they just closed
I'll
them.
close them.
Okay.
It goes quick the time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's fun having all the power.
Good to be the boss.
Alright, welcome back everybody. You know the drill. Have a chat, then try and kill someone.
Okay, I think I have something to share. I know that there's 2 persons who's in a double claim.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's an evil ping on a 3rd person. And yeah, I think we should kill either Simon or Kenny.
You know so much.
I think Simon.
George, has she not been sharing information with her master? Is that what I'm hearing?
Don't nominate them. Don't nominate them on the first vote of the day. Nominate a dead body or something on the first vote of the day.
I nominate Simon. Screw you. Sorry, that's very vulgar.
Okay.
Simon,
Are you going to
nominates
vote
himself.
for it, Simon?
Simon, state your case.
Yeah, I'm a washerwoman and I've got rubbish info, so kill me. And apparently if there's pings on me, double kill me. And if this doesn't work, gunslinger kill me. Go for it.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think
That
he
was
wants a
beer and I'm
defense.
not happy.
Are you willing to share what character you saw, not who it was?
I saw a chef.
Rules question.
Yes.
With when you press R on the app, if somebody said bottom half to me, what does that mean?
The lower portion of the townsfolk section from, say, Undertaker down or whatever. Yeah.
Got it.
Yes. Yeah.
It varies from person to person, but they generally mean not one of the top 4.
Got it. Thank you.
So I can say what I usually do. For me, Undertaker is like the middle roll, and then below that is bottom half, and above it it's top half.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, back to the matter of hand. We need 6 votes majority if you want to put Simon on the block. There you go.
Simon's probably good, so probably best not to vote for him.
I'll be honest, I quite like the idea of not voting this through as an execution and then Mark killing Simon here. I think that might be a good way to go, potentially.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Get shot.
By the gunslinger.
Feels very strange because I really want to shoot him, but I also feel like a bit railroaded.
Okay, 3 votes is not enough. Mark,
Please
would you like to
shoot
kill
Simon,
someone?
Mark.
Yeah, Simon.
I think I will.
Cheers.
Okay.
Hella, what information
Simon
did you
is
get
dead.
last night?
I got a 0 last night, and I kind of don't believe. I think I've been poisoned, or if I'm drunk, but I got a 0.
Okay, so should we kill one of the 2 that's in a double claim?
Could have killed both of them if I was still alive.
Ifs and buts, candy and nuts. You know
I
what I
would say if it's Samuel or Georgie, then I'm happy.
Well,
excuse me?
So I will say Sam and Kenny is in a double claim.
Oh.
I have a claim from Kenny, and it's well, someone's lying to me probably.
So I've heard that Kenny claims to be bottom 4. I know we have a mayor. I know who it is. We have a slayer. The virgin is.
Sorry, I
Mia,
lied to that
Mia,
person at
Mia,
bottom 4. I'm not
Mia,
bottom 4.
Yeah, Mia, don't go there.
Why?
Because
There's
because.
Second call for nominations.
I nominate Samuel.
But I don't believe what he's claiming.
But he's not claiming what you think he's
Oh, I
claiming.
can't
No,
nominate.
I know what he's claiming other than that, and I don't believe it.
Me or Kenny?
We have to talk tomorrow.
Was there a nomination there?
Peter,
I'm dead.
Oh.
But if someone were to nominate Samuel, I think he would be a good kill.
Helen nominates Samuel. Then he can talk.
Hella nominates Sam. Hella, state your case.
Yeah, I will just say I have a lot of people that I trust at the moment, and there are... I don't know anything about Samuel. I don't know anything about Georgie. So they are perhaps on my list for being evil.
Sam, your
some interference from Soren, by the way. Got some background noise.
Sorry?
And also he nominated yesterday a person I didn't want him to nominate.
I have hard claim to, I think, 3 people. Other than that, I've just been trying to figure out who everyone is. But it's not the worst kill, but I'm not evil.
Yeah, if he's not the worst kill, then he's definitely not the same role.
Okay. 5 votes required to put Sam on the block.
I just know that they have claimed the same. George, I need your vote.
But you pick me again?
Yes.
The mystery's gone.
Okay, but I don't like this many votes though.
Well, I mean, I only voted.
I don't. All the people who voted for so far, I trust as good.
Also, Georgie.
Steven's using
well,
it.
I'm Mia's master apparently, so I need to vote so she can vote. So, you know,
George Hardcling to me, he was good.
Is enough.
So,
Sam is on the chopping block. Is there any more nominations?
Sorry.
It was awesome, George.
I'd be very
moment.
interested. I'm very interested to see if Soren dies on this execution.
Ah.
Well, if Samuel's good, there's a possibility.
I hope he's the poisoner, so he can't poison us. Oh, even better, the imp, of course. Then we can have a star pass.
Sam would like to nominate Georgie.
Sam would like to nominate. It's actually George. I just
sorry, I've gone for what says in front of me.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
We're going for pet names, Georgie.
Either's fine. Either's fine.
I have 2 blanks on my Grim, and George is one of them. So that's the only reason why, I guess, just to stop myself dying. But otherwise, if anyone has information, don't vote.
Pertinent information, I've heard that George ought to be kept alive for a little while longer, I think.
Fair play.
Oh, not the Saint, right?
George, your defense.
We killed the Saint, or Mark did.
Michael was the
we
Saint.
killed the Saint. Pew,
I was
pew.
the Saint.
Yeah, pew.
My defense is don't kill me. Demon, you can kill me if you want to. But not the town, just the demon.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it will require 7 to put him on the block. Okay.
I don't know. Oh, we can take you tomorrow, George.
What was that, Hella? You want to talk tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. I need to know.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
no problem.
But I will talk to Glenn first because I haven't talked to him yet.
All right. Hashtag rejected.
No. Just second.
But can we just talk
I
about?
think there's a halfway decent chance that if we were I think there's a halfway decent chance right now that if we do nothing else, the game could legitimately end unless he were to kill Soren. If Soren is evil.
But we have.
I think we could end the game right here if we do nothing else.
But couldn't we
It
have
depends on if we have if there's a Scarlet Woman, it will
then
start.
But hold on. If Simon was the imp, then the Scarlet Woman just became the imp. If Samuel is the Scarlet Woman, the game will end.
Oh.
Unless Soren dies.
Unless Soren dies in place of
Scarlet
Samuel.
Woman just claim Washwoman, right?
Let's see what's happening.
You just want to then kill Soren to stop that.
We could exile Soren right now.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
Ah, come on.
I nominate Soren for exile.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Sorry, hang on. Who nominated Soren?
Mia.
I did. Just for exile.
And also, I would learn something about Vanessa. If I'm alive.
Yeah.
Yes, state your case.
Yes. So first of all, I think we should talk about how little meta thing we have had in this game, and I have to nominate Soren at some point. And for exile, it's my pleasure. So, please go ahead.
Soren, your defense for Mia targets you because it's funny.
I have nothing to say. I'm so
James.
disappointed.
9 is required to exile Soren. This doesn't affect the.
No, you still have your.
You can freely use dead votes.
Yeah.
But please don't.
George.
I presume that you can still vote if I don't vote.
Yeah,
for
I don't
exile,
think
right?
I don't think the.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I don't
It's
think the
exile,
Butler
not
rules
exile.
apply on an.
No. Don't worry.
You can still vote, right? Yeah.
I hope so. Well, I'm
Yeah,
doing
I'm
it.
just gonna say yes.
I'm being rebellious, so I'm gonna vote.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Louis?
Well, there's enough votes, so it doesn't really matter who votes.
Hey,
for it.
11 is enough.
be that Jonah was
Soren has been exiled.
I made a pact with Soren that I wouldn't vote to
final
exile
thought.
him, so I didn't. So I'm
Soren?
sorry.
Soren?
Thanks, George.
Soren. Bye-bye.
I can't see anything.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, calling it in 5.
Should we just keep it at Sam?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ending the day there. Sam has been executed and dies. You now go to bed. In real life, because the game is over.
Yeah!
Hey!
Hooray! Georgie, but were you even? George?
Oh, wait, so
no.
Who was the mayor?
Who was the last
I was
one
the
then?
mayor. I was the mayor.
Who was the last one?
Kenny. Kenny was like the poisoner or something.
Kenny?
I think Kenny was the spy.
I was the poisoner.
Kenny, you lied to me!
Oh, Kenny.
yeah, I knew something was
I
up when the
trusted
bottom
you.
four Undertaker claim didn't make sense.
Fortune teller.
Yeah, massive whim to get through here, so.
Oh, Steven's the Baron.
Oh, Steven was the Baron. So
Steven was the Baron. So yes, Lewis as an investigator
Defamation.
got a ping between Steven the Baron and Vanessa, who was the Raven Keeper. She was also the red herring for Peter, but he never found her for the red herring. Jonah was your evil butcher.
Shocker.
Soren was your good scapegoat, because I thought everyone would just assume he was evil.
Peter, I couldn't do anything. I got an empath thing, and Mark proved himself. So like, there's no real argument there.
Yeah. James was your recluse who hard claimed first day and got himself executed, and he caused Hella to get a 1. And then second night, because Lewis and James both died the same night, she got a 1 because of Jonah the evil butcher. And then third night, she got a 0 because she's freeing 2 good travellers. But she was convinced she was drunk, because how could someone ever be good? Vanessa was your Raven Keeper who never died. Simon was your initial imp. First night he killed the drunk slayer Ethan. And second night he killed the fortune teller Peter.
No.
During the day when he died, he passed to the Scarlet Woman, which was Sam, and then Sam immediately got executed straight afterwards.
Not a good evil game.
Kenny was your poisoner, and unfortunately for Kenny, he had a bit of a stinker. Because the first night he chose Mia, so nothing happened. Second night he chose Ethan, who was drunk and then died anyway. And then third night chose Peter, who was getting killed straight afterwards. Michael was your saint, who was killed by the gunslinger, so that doesn't count as an execution.
Great move.
Stephen was your Baron. Peter the fortune teller. First night he checked both of his neighbours, got a no. Second night he checked Glenn the Virgin against Simon, and got a yes. So very, very good guess there from Peter.
Oh my.
Obviously Glenn was your virgin, and when Lewis nominated Glenn, Lewis was executed. Ethan was your drunk slave who never used his ability. Glenn, your monk, protected Hella the empath both nights. George was the mayor, but more importantly, he was the forever master of Mia the butler. And finally, Mike was your gunslinger who killed the Saint. And that was the game.
So, Helle, I can tell you the reason why I didn't believe Kenny at all, because I think he was claiming to be the Undertaker. Someone told me that.
Yeah.
And I have not heard of a single person who got Undertaker confirmed.
So he didn't speak to them.
And so technically, as Mia was poisoned the first night, when she illegally voted,
you could put up hand up any time, yes.
Illegally voting.
Yeah, she should have died. She should have executed right there.
The game should have instantly been given to the other team.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That swung the whole thing.
Okay, it was fun to play with that many players, actually.
It was. I like the travelers. I like the travelers. In it,
Something I definitely realized from this is like putting an empath near the travelers, I feel like I would avoid that, just because I feel like it very quickly figured out who all the travelers were.
I just pressed shuffled and that's where she landed. So
sure, Steven, I just opened the Brigade Rooms.
On the point of having an empath near a traveler, the travelers can tend to have a rough game because nobody will talk to them. Having an empath near a traveler, if they're good, is nice because then they have something like, oh, I can trust the traveler.
Yeah, well, Vanessa claimed to be the empath and told that I could trust Simon, so I was so happy.
I thought you were evil then, Soren. I thought that meant you were evil.
I was so close to going a game without being killed.
I had no pings on you and Simon.
Yes, I went to Simon and I told him I was his evil traveler, and he's like, I don't really believe you because and I was like, it's because Soren's talked to you and you think he's the only evil traveler. He's like, I'm not gonna agree or disagree with that, but I am the demon because Simon was so confident he was gonna be killed that day.
And I will say it was Vanessa and I. We talked the first day.
I didn't share any info.
Yeah,
I would always do with a traveller. Well, in an imp game, I would always. And the Scarlet Woman, I knew I was going to die.
So which bluff rolls did you get, Simon?
We got the Undertaker, Washerwoman, and Soldier.
Oh, Undertaker, that's so evil when there's no spy.
And I realised as Washerwoman, I was going to claim I claimed Washerwoman, and I realised I had no idea who people were, and I hadn't even talked to people to confirm it. So I looked at all the missing roles, and I worked out Chef was the one missing role, and then I guessed Hella or George might be that, but apparently it was Steven was bluffing as Chef, so that was kind of really stupid as well. So
I feel like you weren't necessarily going to. You kind of baited yourself into dying that day, to be honest, by the gunslinger. I don't think you were necessarily going to die, right? I mean, you were like, kill me, kill me.
No. Peter and I, we discussed that we thought that Mark should kill Simon.
Oh, right.
So he was going to die. He was going to die.
Fair enough.
I think there was enough sus on me. The fact I hadn't done what a washerwoman should.
Yeah. And actually,
that's the thing, it was such a big
people
game.
Didn't know my role.
Half the players don't know the suspicions that are going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, was my nomination of Vanessa the reason that you thought I was evil?
Yeah, it was.
Damn
it was.
I did
because I talked to her the first day, and she was the Ravens keeper, and I was the Empath, and we swapped roles. And I said to her, go to your neighbors and say you got a 0 so you can gain trust with them, even though one of them might be evil. But we wanted her to die at night.
I thought I was gonna. In my head, I was gonna nominate Steven the Baron, and then I was like, "No, let's go for it." And then I shouldn't have.
Bold move. I like it.
As the monk, I literally just found the Raven keeper Vanessa as well. So we just swapped roles literally before all this happened.
Yeah, and actually, Peter wanted to talk to you, Vanessa, because he wanted to swap role with you. He wanted to say that you should come out as the fortune teller, and then he would take the Ravens keeper and say he died, and he picked Simon, and then he would say he picked Simon as the Ravens keeper. Yeah. That was the plan, but you didn't come out in time when you tried to talk to him.
It's so on.
It's hard for evil when it's such a large amount of players, really. Yeah. I think with travelers.
Well, I trusted you, George, because you
thank you.
I claimed you were good to me after.
Yeah, exactly. We both said we were good, and we were.
Yeah,
so there you go.
As soon as I saw I was evil in a Peter game, I knew I was done for.
And I also got a lot of people I trusted pretty early on. Also Glenn, I talked to Mia and Glenn and Vanessa, and we all had 3 of us had powerful roles.
Yeah, so the thing is, Hella told me before I said anything that she was the empath who got a 1, and I was like, yeah, I think I can explain that because James is the recluse.
Yeah,
so that was why I really did believe that she was the empath.
Yeah, but you did tell me the recluse first, I think.
Maybe.
Or did you? I can't remember. I have recorded it, so... Alright.
Go watch it on YouTube. It was a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
thanks
was
for
good.
thanks for getting everybody together.
But I think it's good we're a bit out with the travelers, so we can have more deaths each day, because otherwise it would take way too long.
It would go on forever.
Yeah.
Peter.
Yep.
See you later, Peter. Nice having you.
Yeah. I'm going to head up as well. Thank you for allowing me to kill people.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's quite easy to just cut me out completely, so thank you.
MVP Mark.
Yeah, that basically confirmed you as good as soon as you got the Saint.
Yeah, and I'd like to say
Absolutely.
that was my fault in an effort to try and get good and people to know me, because did you hear it from anyone else? I don't know if Mark heard it from anyone else, but I told Mark that Michael was the Saint. And I hope that would make me seem good. But I don't know if other people did as well.
And I told Michael that you should probably be killed by the gunslinger because it wouldn't make your ability function.
I literally bounded up to Mark. I was like, please kill me now as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks for storytelling, Steve.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
thanks for the
game.
game.
Thanks for the game.
The game's already over. So